take the lead. And for me, it's all about what's going to keep me going, what's going to help me maintain the momentum I've built to do a lot of brainstorming. Good morning, gentle viewer. It's time for another Makeup and Manuscript Monday. So while I'm getting ready for the day, I'm going to be talking about my current work in progress and just having a conversation about that writer life. So let's get started. Now, I recently shared in my latest monthly favorites video that I've been using a BB cream before putting on my regular mineral makeup. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that today. I've got my beauty blender. Now, I've stated before, I am not even close to being a beauty expert, but you know, we're all just trying our best. So I've just put a little of the BB cream on the back of my hand and I'm using my beauty blender. Then I'm just gonna dab and then stipple and blend. So my writing for the past week has been very on and off. There's a point when I'm brainstorming a new project when I realize that part of the world building or part of the plot that I've built isn't going to work with the story that's unfolding. So now that I've kind of reached that point, it's always a question of, well, do I step back and rethink my plan? Do I forge on ahead? I wouldn't say that one course of action is necessarily better than the other. For me, it's all about what's going to keep me going, what's going to help me maintain the momentum I've built. So what I've kind of decided to do is take a step back and reevaluate some things, do some brainstorming, and I think that with Camp NaNoWriMo coming up in April, that might be a good time to dive into the revisions and second drafting of my NaNoWriMo project that I worked on last November. Alright, I've got my BB cream done, and there are times I just stop at this and then just put on some mascara and some lip balm and I'm good to go. But today I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of my mineral foundation on top and then apply some concealer in a few spot areas. If there's one thing I've come to realize in my writing process, to do a lot of brainstorming. Because it turns out in brainstorming, that's where I generate best key plot points, those really great ideas. And I think that's because during the brainstorming process, I can first go ahead and get out all of those cliches, those low-hanging fruits, those obvious answers. And by listing those out, I can go ahead and get those out of the way so that my brain can then generate fresher, unexpected ideas. And that can be applied to any part of the manuscript that I'm working on, whether I'm developing characters or working out plot points or figuring out how a scene should unfold. Pausing and then thoughtfully taking a step back and giving myself that room to brainstorm and generate ideas really helps me keep going instead of getting stuck or feeling like my story is getting stale or that I don't know my characters very well. All of those I've discovered can really be overcome by doing a really uninhibited free writing brainstorming session. Alright, next I'm going to apply some eye primer. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Primer and Brightener. And I found that primer really does help the mascara not to smear. I have monolids, so whenever I blink or smile, the eyelids actually do close and touch each other, and it traps my eyelashes in between my upper and lower lid. So that causes the mascara, of course, to go all over the place. So applying a bit of primer helps it just stay on my lashes. I'm trying to apply a bit more to the outer corner of my eyes because that's where my eyelids tend to touch each other the most. Now going to set that with a little bit of loose powder. So going back to brainstorming, it doesn't just help work out aspects of the story, it's also really great for whenever I feel that urge to procrastinate. So whenever I feel that urge to procrastinate, instead what I can do is use my brainstorming to generate some fun ideas, to come up with some possible really fun scenes that I want to write. And doing that usually builds up my excitement for writing again. I really like legal pads for brainstorming. I don't always have them on hand, so maybe I'll stock up on a few of those next time I go to Target or something. So what I'd like to do going forward is to mindfully place a legal pad beside my workstation, and then whenever I'm feeling stuck or feel like procrastinating, instead dump out all those thoughts onto pen and paper and unblock whatever's going on in my head, and then I can get back into writing. So for those of you on Instagram, if you've been following NaNoWriMo's InstaWriMo photo challenge, it's been very inspiring to see how many other writers are gearing up for Camp NaNoWriMo, are thinking about their manuscripts. It really builds a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation. And you, gentle viewer, already know how much I love Camp NaNoWriMo. I just love the flexibility and the chance to customize my creative goals. So I know for me, there's so many times where I'm at a point in the writing process where tracking my progress by word count just isn't going to be conducive to my goals. I really love that it's twice a year now. In April, if I can get this secondary draft and revisions done on project 1, then maybe in July I can do the same for project 2. Because I am at a point of producing a manuscript about once a year, which is great, and it took me a long time to get to this point. But now I really want to stretch myself creatively and start working towards 2 projects a year. And I know that's not going to happen quickly, but I want to move forward with that stretch goal in mind. Now today I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Matte Basics because I was using the palest colors on the inner corner of my eyelashes, but this nude color is more of a pale peachy tone, and I just think that blends in with the other shades that I'm using on my eyes really well. And I recently switched mascaras. I like the CoverGirl mascaras, but they get very smudgy on me no matter how much primer or top coat I apply. It's the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise in Blackest Black and Waterproof. It's a very lightweight, very natural mascara. It's not a super dramatic effect, which for someone like me who prefers a more natural look, so really well. Alright, I'm gonna end this by using this e.l.f. liquid lipstick, and the color is Nude Kiss. Alright, I think that's gonna wrap me up for the day. So thank you for joining me for another Makeup and Manuscript Monday. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that your week is full of creativity and positivity. If you're participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you're working on. And let me know some of your favorite ways to brainstorm, either before or during a writing project. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!